Says there's one person watching already.
Are we live already?
We're live already. I can
Hello,
see that,
fellow
Jimmy.
leggers.
I'm coming, don't worry.
Hello, fellow leggers.
Hello, fellow leggers.
We have gone live.
Yes, we've gone live.
We're having a conversation with you all.
Well, we're not at the moment because we can't actually see what they're saying. Plus, I don't know if there's actually anyone there.
This says there are three of us here. Say hello. We've got the messages open so we can chat to you.
Okay.
So if there's any questions or
Yeah.
anything, come talk to us because it's been lonely.
Hi, Ashley. Hi, Miss M.
Hello, Ashley. Hi, Miss M.
Where do we start, guys? I've got a notepad to keep us on track.
How are you doing?
How are you doing?
In these crazy times? Because things are like weird out there.
Things are weird out there in general, but things are pretty devastating in the world of theatre, is what I would say. So, as you will probably know, as you've been alive in the world and not living under a rock for the past 7 days, the world has come to a grinding halt due to a virus which isn't new, but has been it's had a revival in 2019.
It's not getting a nomination.
I don't think we can. Well, we could award it for best disruption.
But talk about audience etiquette disrupting a show.
Now, I have
the virus wins it.
I have feels about this because
feels.
Yeah,
you have
feels.
What's this one in speak?
Right, we've been told to stay away from theatres, and as a result,
I'll say hello to everybody in a moment.
Yeah, so theatres in the West End have closed. Theatres on Broadway have closed. I don't think ever in history have both shut down at the same time. And it's like the ultimate enforcing, is that a word?
It is now.
Of audience etiquette, isn't it? It's saying audiences, you be dangerous, stay away from our theatres.
Yes, it's true. Now, Stuart B is saying no coronavirus jokes. It's too soon.
Okay, I don't know if we.
I don't think we are making coronavirus jokes. Are we?
I mean, I can't help but sing my corona every time I hear corona mentioned.
I think that's what Boris is going to jump. Sean Grant, Theatre Scribbler 1. Hi.
Yes.
Hi.
Daniel Fotheringham. It's so nice to hear from you.
Harriet Blundell.
Stuart B. Christopher North. Bay Calver.
So we miss you as well. And you know what? It really sucks. I was thinking this because the things that are really key in our life that define our identity are kind of like what we do in work and what we do as a hobby, our interests.
Yeah.
And we've had them stripped from us.
Yeah.
And that's just kind of like, I can't imagine what it's like for people in the industry because I know how fickle an industry it is when you get to the end of a job and you're worried about what's the next contract. Am I going to get it? Am I going to be able to pay my bills? Am I going to be able to? But in this situation, everyone is in the same boat. There's so much uncertainty.
I think although we're all grieving collectively for the loss of being able to pursue a hobby that we love wholeheartedly, I think what we really have to stand back for a moment and appreciate is for us, it's a hobby and it's a choice. For some people, it's their very livelihoods. It's their very means to survive, quite literally. And because theatre has come to a stop, that has been taken away from them.
And usually, if you're not working, you go and get a job. You get a temping job, you get a restaurant job, waitering, you go into a cafe, or you go front of house. There is none of that.
There's none of that
people aren't recruiting at the moment because they're terrified about how they're going to survive in most of the industries. It's really scary times.
Yeah.
I do not doubt we're going to get through it.
Yeah, and I'm sure we will.
I think that's the key thing.
If you look at China, they've bounced back. They are bouncing. China. Places are reopening. The life is getting back to normal. Thank you, Daniel, for your comment. Yes, theatres are doing the right thing. It might be soul destroying, but it's a small blip, and theatres will recover. That's the nature of theatre. Absolutely. I'm sure the West End closed down during the Blitz, I would imagine.
Well, this is what I was saying. During the war, everything came to a standstill, and in those days, you weren't sure if you were going to be alive the next day, where the bombs were coming from. But it's funny that even though it's all relative, isn't it? Yeah, we got through that period of that time, and it was shocking and devastating. Although we're not worried about death coming, well, we kind of are because
Well,
it's
that's
a
the thing.
virus.
So you're saying
But
that.
most
So let's put
people,
this
it's
into
about
context here,
well-being.
right? 3,000, not let's not talk about their military input, but let's talk about civilian deaths. It's a real threat, and if it is that virulent, then yes, you're right. Theatres have done the right thing in closing. Now, we need to be doing, guys, as much as we can to support the theatre industry in this time of economic decline for them and in time of uncertainty. Not so much, the big producers are probably safe. I don't imagine Cameron McIntosh is going to fall out of his ivory tower anytime soon. Like, I don't
No,
think
I
that
can't
Lloyd
see.
Webber
I think
is
he's built up.
stockpiling toilet roll.
Yeah, he's got a
But
stockpile of money in his
yeah,
barn, is
but the
what he's got.
actors, those jobbing actors who go from gig to gig to gig in the gig economy that is the theatre industry, long before gig
It's the
economy
industry.
was even a phrase with regards to the economy now, long before that, that was what the arts are. That is what a jobbing actor does and has always done. We need to support the people that are most affected by this, and these are our friends in the
How
industry.
are we doing this?
So
what's your idea, like assignment?
if you can think of a way, you need to keep up on comments, but if you can think
Well,
of
I'm
a
ready
way,
to come in as
okay,
soon as you're
good.
done.
If you can think of a way of donating, please. I mean, I've had a bit of an issue with agencies this week. I'm not offering people the choice to have their money back and literally only offering credit notes. But a lot of theatres are offering the choice, saying you can have a refund if you need the refund. Absolutely.
We don't agree on this.
Or-
I'm absolutely fine with credit notes, and I see the point of keeping the money in the industry. But we'll agree to disagree,
But it's
as
not.
we often
But the point
do.
is, theatres are giving people the choice. If you've bought directly from the theatre a ticket, right?
Yep.
You get the choice of, do you want a refund or do you want a credit note? If you've gone through an agency, you don't get that choice. Same ticket.
If the
It's not, it's up
theatres
to the
suddenly choose,
agency.
if the theatres suddenly choose to say, do you know what, we're not giving you a refund, but we're going to give you a credit note,
Yeah.
you can still have the value of your ticket at performance in the future. Then again, you still support
I
it.
have a bit
Anyway,
of an issue with
shall we?
it, but my point. I need to make my point.
Are we getting
So
somewhere?
we're
We're
getting
getting there.
somewhere.
Right,
So my
right.
point is, if you are getting offered the choice, and if you're in the position to be able to sacrifice that money for a while, consider either donating it to that theatre, especially theatres that aren't subsidised by the Arts Council, places like the Old Vic and the Almeida, for example, or consider getting a credit note and putting it towards it, because you'll be back at the theatre. We've made a decision that all of so we get a little bit of YouTube ad revenue, and I mean
bit.
a little tiny bit, because you watch
But
us
something is better
watching
than nothing.
theatre. We get ad revenue. We get a payment from YouTube because we run ads on our channel to enable us to make revenue, but we don't make very much. We do a payment. It's not a lot, but we're getting some soon, and that payment we've decided we're going to give directly to Acting for Others, the whole lot. Because without theatre, we don't have a channel.
Who are we?
So
what do we do?
It's
Where do we go?
literally the least that we can do.
And any other ideas you got as
yeah,
well? I
if
think
you can think of any ways of making money for Acting for Others, but thank you for supporting us to enable us to run ads, to enable us to get revenue. So you, in a way, have contributed to that donation.
Okay.
Comments.
So that's what we're doing.
Thank
you. Lots of people are saying, hi guys, so hello everybody. Jade S has said, as someone in the entertainment industry, I work in TV, it's horrid. There is nothing till August for me. And that's the thing, big things, everything that's big is stopping. I mean, I was done when Tom Hanks got it. And then it came to Eurovision.
Eurovision
it got personal with Eurovision.
I mean, that's hitting us where it hurts. Guys.
I mean, theatres is bad enough, but Eurovision. But seriously, TV as well, like all the big shows, EastEnders, all the Saturday Night Takeaway, and Deck. What's going to be happening?
Can I just say, when was the last time you watched EastEnders?
It did, but that's not the point.
Okay.
That's not the point. Christopher North said, I'm not vetting any of these comments, so apologies. What's the situation and actors getting paid for shows they are currently in? Are they getting paid during closure or being laid off? If there's any actors out there, I'd like to know officially.
Yeah,
I would like to say, I don't think they're getting paid.
Okay.
I think that's how it works.
The show.
Contract finishes.
that certain producers will probably be more
Hamilton.
inclined to look after certain
Come
casts.
From Away.
Dear Evan Hansen.
Dear Evan Hansen.
I think it depends largely on the financial success of the show and probably the pre-sales going forward as well. You know, if that show was sold out for the next 6 months with pre-sold tickets and they're thinking a lot of those people are likely to rebook, then maybe.
Who knows? If there's anybody out in the industry, please let us know. I'd be very interested to know. Chris Biggs says, our daughter got us Dear Evan Hansen tickets on Easter. Big events. These are Christmas presents.
Like we go to the theatre 100 times a year,
and we don't appreciate how big an event it is.
Yeah, but we know. I think we don't. We get blindsided to do it. But when we tell people we're going to the theatre and they say, "Oh, God, I only go to the theatre once a year," or "I've only ever seen one West End show," and these are people in their 40s, you suddenly realise it's a big event for some people.
Yeah, man,
it's not a cheap vacation, and it can be a life-changing experience, especially for young people.
For young people, for everyone, I think, for everyone. Mrs. Cronald said, it is scary, right with you. I wish Europe had reacted more quickly, especially here in Zurich. So hello there in Zurich. I don't know, it's easy to kind of think back in hindsight. I think this is my philosophy on life as well. There's only so much you can go, oh, if only, if you just act on the best information you had at the time. Maybe in another parallel universe, then stuff is happening differently, but that's not the one we're in. So I get where you're coming from, but be careful of the if only idea for me.
Mrs. Cronel also makes a good point that you can, if you can't go and physically see a play, then maybe you can buy the play script.
Well, we've got some stuff to talk about potentially what places are doing.
What do you do in this time where you can't get your theatre fixed? What's your alternative?
How do you bring theatre into the living room?
If you're a reader, I like the idea of play scripts. You know what I've seen some people doing online? Setting up like multi-chat room, video chat rooms and doing play readings.
I love that idea.
So between them, assigning parts at random and doing a play reading, that's fun. We didn't have that so mainstream just a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
And now it's a thing.
Brian Thompson says, you don't know what you have till it's gone.
Don't it always seem... I'm channeling Joni.
It's so true though. It's something we do take it for granted.
Yeah.
I think going to the theatre often, we are like, do you know, sometimes it can be a chore.
For us. And do you know what?
Sometimes it'd be like, we're just tired. Yeah. Do we have to go?
As a theatre goer, I'm sort of strangely enjoying the break right now. Like enjoying, although it has taught me that TV is absolute shite.
Oh my goodness. So how bad is TV, fellow leggers?
Because we were out.
Standard telly.
So I'm casting your minds back now. Casting your minds back a couple of months. We never watching telly.
We're not in. Why would we need it?
And you watch Netflix more than I do. But as for just general telly, we just weren't watching it. So we cancelled our Sky subscription. Boy, has that turned out to be the worst decision we ever made. Because like your normal channels, I know it's not just 1 to 5, but literally, if I ever see Michael Portillo in anything ever again, it will be too bloody soon. I am sick to death of TV. What a mistake to make.
I love Tipping Point. I've got to put that out there.
But it's just so crap, man.
The chase is right, but then after that, I'm done. So you don't know what you've got until it's gone in terms of theatre and Sky subscription. So
Sky subscription. I mean, not spawned, but seriously,
not sponsored.
I'd like a bit more choice right now. And if one thing, we're not going to the theatre as much, but I tell you what, we are doing more.
Drinking.
We're drinking. Seriously.
Whiskey.
We are getting through whiskey.
Go get yourself a glass.
At a rate of knots right now.
What you have to do to
forget. Can I just say, we're very lucky that we're both in jobs that, for now, are quite secure.
If only for now.
So we can afford to drink. We can afford to give donations and ad revenue. We know not all of you are that fortunate, so don't feel bad about it. All I can say is we'll have a drink for you guys, because the way we're getting down in them right now, it's no one's business. Drink to forget, don't you?
Ashley Murray says, I live in Spain. I was supposed to come over for a drama school audition.
Oh, no.
We are in total lockdown. Here, police not allowing people to go outside unless absolutely necessary. I'm gutted for you, Ashley.
I'm gutted for you. What I'm more gutted and embarrassed about, has anyone seen those clips of Benidorm Brit lager lout holiday makers who are throwing caution to the wind and putting everyone's health at risk by just wandering around drunk because they're on holiday, when the Spanish law enforcers are trying to lock the place down we're British, we're better than you. There's this superiority complex, and you know what? It makes me ashamed to be British. That's bold, isn't it? I'm so sorry about that, you guys in Spain.
Talking about Spain, the sun, Benidorm. This next comment is from String Sun.
String Sun.
String Sun had tickets for City of Angels and Dear Evan Hansen in April. Gutted. What are they doing about that, String Sun? It'd be nice to know.
So be more. The problem is they were both limited runs, which is a big issue because there's so many shows that.
Dear Evan Hansen is still going
Oh,
to be
sorry.
running.
I thought he said
City of Angels and Dear Evan Hansen.
I
Dear Evan Hansen.
thought he said be more chill. Going to get back on the road before this is resolved, and limited run shows are the ones that most at risk. We were looking. We had tickets for City of Angels. We gave them away on our Twitter because I was unwell. I had a cough. And I don't think it's likely to have been coronavirus.
But you just don't want to be in a theatre coughing
Yeah.
when other people are worried about coronavirus
and their
as
own
well.
health.
And
I started to think what this has done for me. It's thrown into perspective how much I need to look after my own health, but my responsibility for other people as well. So if I've got an illness, I can't, irrespective of what it is, even if it's just a cold or a bit of a head flu or whatever that might be, or a stomach flu, I can't be sat next to, potentially in a theatre, an elderly person who, or a vulnerable person who, for me, it's just a few sniffles, but for them, it could put them in hospital.
Absolutely, you can't. In this day and age,
really
you can't
put that
take
into
risks.
perspective for me.
Absolutely. Stuart B, very cultured. We've got fellow leggers, very cultured fellow leggers, says, I think of the galleries that have closed. Beardsley at the Tate, Warhol at the other Tate. It says shuttered, but I think you mean shattered.
Shuttered, he does
Or
mean that's the right term. Shuttered means like the shutters have been pulled down. Like
there we go.
Yeah.
Shuttered.
Have another drink, love.
I am. I'm going for it. Stuart B, the Turrells at Pace.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. Sean, hey Sean, fellow legger, Sean Nolan.
Yeah.
I agree about refunds. Some people who aren't making money in the coming weeks might have splashed out for the only show they'll see this year with a full family.
Yeah.
That cash return could do loads. And this is one of the arguments you were saying.
This is just my
because
point.
when I think of theatre tickets, I think of like 15, 20, 30 quid.
Okay, fellow leggers, we'll let you into some secrets because you've joined us live, right? We don't spend.
It's not that big a secret.
We pay for the majority of our theatre that we see. We get invited to see maybe 40 to 50% of what we see.
Yeah, depends what it is.
And the other half we pay for, and we
can't afford it, fellow leggers.
95. We couldn't see 100 shows a year or even 50 shows a year on £95 a seat.
Ain't gonna happen.
We spend around 15, 20. Maybe 25 quid at a push.
Legger Simon is the genius. He knows where to look. He gets them when they're available at the right time.
I like thrifty. I have heard tighter than a nun's chuff being used. That a family of think £40 a ticket for a family of 4.
Well,
just think that.
£40 a ticket for a family of 4. That's 80.
That's £160.
But tickets aren't that much. They're usually more.
But even, that's what I'm saying.
Quid
even
is
at
a
a
good deal.
level. So I'm saying £160 in a week to a family whose main breadwinner is potentially losing their job in this, and you're not offering them the choice to have that cash.
That's money you could need right now, especially if you're looking at. I tell you, so many of my friends have been saying that their dads have been laid off, their partners have been laid off. Just no, and I get it. I do get it. And Bay Culver says exactly the same. ATG offered me a credit note for come from away today. Thought I'd be getting a refund. So I get it. It's difficult. Do you support yourself or do you support the industry?
If you're in the position to support the industry, support the industry. If you're not, then your needs must absolutely take precedent.
Ashley Murray had tickets for the Secret Garden concert. They were really enjoying that.
That's been rescheduled though to the Adelphi at a later date, I saw today. So it's not cancelled. They're going to move it to a different theatre and they're going to do it in, I think, September. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Okay. Matthew Ward says, I live 6 hours away from London and I need to have my money back as it takes a lot for me to plan a trip to London, especially now as I'm a student.
This is my point.
Massive pressures.
This is my point.
Mrs. Grono, I'm using the time, I like this ready, to read as many plays as I can.
That's it.
Write and research my next piece and reach out to as many theatre folks group as possible. Really proactive. Is this Miss Cronin who we're talking to just the other day? Is it somebody else?
Mrs. Cronin comments a lot, so thank you. But we what I would say, what people have been saying, if there's
Okay.
any positives to be taken out of this situation, is that hopefully people are now getting the time to let their creative juices start flowing. So then we
Juices.
enter into a
Juices.
golden age of new writing.
Golden age.
Because people have got the time.
Yeah, use the time.
Yeah.
You could either get busy. Is it get busy dying and get busy living? Is that Shawshank?
I say we get busy drinking.
Or
Cheers.
just, you know, here we go.
Get busy,
Thread
guys.
Scribbler 1 has said again, the Hope Mill Theatre gave him the choice to donate for Zorro.
Now they're a
They only
tiny-
had now, and I'd be interested. What did you do, Theatre Scribbler 1? Did you donate, or did
Yeah,
you
or did you
take the
take the
loss,
money?
or did you take the money? I guess it's down to individual circumstances.
Secondly, they're a tiny little venue who are literally running hand to mouth for most productions. It's these big, massive agencies. Think of the profits Todaytix make, for example. Their booking fees aren't cheap. It's those people that are saying, we're going to keep hold of your money. I just can't get on board with in my head. I can't make sense of it. But that's just me. Oh, well done, Mike. You have that bottle of wine.
Just to say, we are streaming live,
Yes.
and I'm probably aware as nobody can go out into the community, everyone is on their internet. So apologies if it keeps cutting out. We will only know post watching this how well this stream did.
Yeah.
But we are thinking of doing an Instagram live as well on Sunday.
I am
evening.
shockingly bad at Instagram. You are non-existent, right?
No, not really.
But we are trying to get better on Instagram. So if you think this might work on Instagram, please follow us over on the Instagram. Just search Break-a-Leggers. I think it's break_a_leggers for our Instagram. We're going to try and do some live stuff there. We've been trying to use it more. Talking about what the hell are we going to do as the Break-a-Leggers now? We can't go to theatres and watch shows. I think it's important that we come up with a contingency. We're open to your ideas.
Why did you have fellow leggers?
So what do you want us to do? Some things we've had already, actually, is movie reviews. So movie musical reviews. Is that something you would want to see? Do we sit down and watch Little Shop of Horrors and tell you what we thought about it?
Should we do that? Should we say here and now that we're going to watch Little Shop of Horrors between now and Sunday so that our fellow leggers can watch it too?
Okay.
So then when we go into live, we can have a chat about what we thought.
Okay. So like
and
a
we're all
book
on the same
club,
page.
How about we
Should we
do
that?
a movie musical club?
Yeah.
Where you go and watch a movie musical between now and like Sunday. And then we all get together on Instagram on Sunday.
Have a chat.
And talk about what we thought about Little Shop of Horrors, what you like, what you don't like.
I don't think I've seen Little Shop of Horrors, the movie.
Well,
I've
it's about
seen
time
bits and bobs, but I haven't seen it.
My copy of Little Shop of Horrors is signed by the one and only Ellen Green.
Ooh!
So
you've got lots of signed stuff.
I do have lots of signs. Also, is that some content you'd be interested in? Like,
what does Simon have in his bag?
Literally, like,
and you pull out stuff from your bag.
Playbills, merchandise. Okay, we're live.
Fellow leggers.
Yeah, sorry, are we back? I think we're back.
We are back in the room.
So sorry about that. Literally connection issues. So yeah, you can download Instagram if you've not already got Instagram. It's for free.
Yes, some
What's
people.
that movie reference? He opened up the side of his van. He said, "It's for free."
You can get Instagram, and we encourage you to.
Yeah.
Come into the modern age, people.
So regarding Little Shop, sort of watch movie musical club, please watch the original theatrical release. Don't watch the director's cut, because I think less people will have access to that. It's also not what went out in cinemas, and it's not what you would see on the TV.
Okay.
So watch the original theatrical release for that. Are you still there, fellow leggers?
Yeah, they're still here.
Are they? Are we
yeah, they're coming back.
Oh,
We've got down to 11. Sorry, guys. We said
Yeah.
that connection may be an issue.
There's strain on the whole network at the moment, isn't there? Mother's Day. That's what I wanted to talk about.
Oh, yeah. So on Monday, it's Mother's Day.
Hey,
what are you saying?
I wanted to say, if you can think of a stagey gift to give your mum, then let us know what you're going to give her. If you're going to buy tickets for her, make sure they're sort of post-summer, maybe. Or buy a script for mum. What's the ideal movie musical for Mother's Day?
Oh, there we go. Ideal musical.
I think it's Gypsy. Personally.
Isn't that a bit passive aggressive?
I mean, what's better on Mother's Day than Gypsy?
Than saying you're controlling,
Yeah.
let go of me and my life.
The Bette Midler version, of movie version of a Gypsy.
But for Sunday, we're going for Little Shop of Horrors.
Little Shop of... Are we?
Oh, are we going for Gypsy?
Okay, guys. Do we do Gypsy with
Or-
Bette Midler, or do we do Little Shop of Horrors? I feel like more people have got access to Little Shop of Horrors.
We said Little Shop of Horrors. Let's do Little Shop of
Okay,
Horrors.
we're going to do Little Shop of Horrors.
Okay. Matthew Ward says, also, I'm front of house member of staff at a theatre, so no wage. I need my money back. I wish I had money to donate, but I don't. So I guess we're talking about the cast, whether or not the cast are going to be like locked into a contact. Lynn S says, yay, no Anton Deck for a while.
Do you know, I used to like Saturday Night Takeaway, but it has gone a bit off the edge of a cliff. It is now just a 90-minute advertisement for like Virgin Holidays, and like, do you know what I mean? It feels a bit contrived.
It does a bit. I'm sorry, fellow leggers. I've just realised we're totally messing with your heads.
Why are we?
Andy Crack has sorted.
Crack?
Yeah, Crack. That's what it says.
It's Craig?
Crack
Okay.
has pointed this out. Not used to seeing you two in those positions.
Oh God, yeah.
Nathan is usually in the ant position, and Simon should be on the deck side. It's so true. It's like, who's who? Like a Simon,
Don't
like
know
a
who we
Nathan,
are
like a
anymore.
Nathan, like a Simon.
Do you know what? For these
Sorry.
lives, maybe we shake it up, because then you know you're on a live, and the reviews, we go back to the other formats.
Why not?
Why not?
Miss M, other theatres have given me the option of a refund or donation. I'm happy to donate, but appreciate the choice. It's all about the choice, right?
Is Little Shop on a streaming service? Okay, one of you fellow leggers want to open up a new tab and check out Amazon Prime for us, and check out Netflix, and just see if Little Shop of Horrors is there, and then come back and tell us. That would be like the most useful thing. Right?
Yes. Jay Mitchell, I was having to deal with the consequence of this in the box office I work at. Oh my goodness, it must be hell for box office people right now. I would say that about 70% of customers wanted a return to credit. We were all in tears because it meant we may survive. So that's nice. Although it's hell having to sort it out, 70% of people being able to appreciate the value of theatre and wanting to support how they can.
Well, don't get me wrong, I think a lot of people will do that. But I wouldn't want it to mean that a family go without food. That's just
that's true.
I know
Some people don't have that dilemma.
It's becoming the new theatre etiquette thing, isn't it? Although theatre etiquette at the moment, bloody brilliant, isn't it? Because there are no audiences.
Mrs. Cronell says one way to support theatre groups and companies would be to check out their online shops and buy play scripts to read while you're home to read them. Yes, now I read an article, I think it was What's on Stage, did like a top 10 of ways to support theatre at this time if you can. And one of them, what do you have them up? Oh, String Sun has said, I've seen a few. String Sun has said, I've seen a few actors offering personalized videos on the Cameo app.
Yes.
I doubt they are still getting paid. Have you got anything to add to this, Legacy?
So I saw David Hunter's been doing some great Cameo. Love David Hunter.
Is David Hunter?
It's David Hunter. Love David Hunter.
Personal joke.
So check out him on Cameo. Yeah, or maybe they're on a reduced. I don't know. I don't know how it works. There's no point in speculating. We've tried to join up to Cameo, but apparently we don't have enough of a following, because we were going to suggest that we did cameos for like a £5 and then donate that directly to Acting for Others, if anybody would be even interested in having that sort of a service. Apparently they are, though, because we recently did a birthday message for a fellow legger.
For one of our fellow leggers, it was.
What
was birthday was it? I can't remember what was it.
Chris.
It was Chris. I'm trying to think. Actually, we don't want to talk about how old Chris was. He probably doesn't want that advertised, right? But fellow legger Chris, we made a special birthday message video just for Chris.
Yeah,
that was fun.
And we got lovely offered to pay, and we've put that straight into the fund for the BAL Awards
2021.
No, 2020, which will be in 2021.
Yes,
but that might not happen now, because there might not be enough, So Mr. Hunter is a yummy Mike, and also he's a lovely guy, and his voice literally makes my nipples erect.
You said last time that it makes your clothes fall off.
It does, but it's gone a step further now. Now I get hard nipples as well.
Linus says, and we were talking about this as well, some places are or will be streaming plays online.
Yes.
Looking forward to checking that out tomorrow, Friday. Eugenius the musical.
Which we've got a review for. Check it out. Oh, it's not edited. Yeah.
Check out our back catalogue.
Check out our back catalogue.
Are streaming on Facebook, I think it is. Their production of Eugenius from when they had it. So that's one thing. There's another. Was it Showstoppers?
Showstoppers did it recently. On
Did it
Monday,
recently?
when theatres got closed down. So
they were quick to react.
Any of you don't know, a couple of bits of news. Any of you don't know, the Lyric Theatre on Shaftesbury Avenue runs Thriller Live every single day except for Mondays. Now, Thriller Live is not coming back. It was ending anyway, but it's announced now that that's it.
That's its run done, and we missed it.
And we missed it.
Are you devastated?
I don't know. You know, I can't judge it because I've never seen it. I think it'd be one of those. It'd probably be
It's
one of those
shows we should have seen.
It'd be one of those shows where it'd be great if we'd had a few drinks. It does talk.
Okay.
It'd probably be great if you'd had a few drinks. It would probably be shite for audience etiquette, so I would have to be pissed to enjoy it. Anyway, my point was, so on Monday when theatres got closed, they were already set up and good to go. So they just threw their cameras on and streamed and got instead of having an audience there, because Showstoppers, the point is people scream out ideas and they make a musical out of the ideas that people shout. So they just did that from the comments section. It worked perfectly, and we need more of that. I think we need a weekly for them. Although is it responsible to get them all together? Is that a mass gathering?
I think we should. Well, we can watch it from our homes.
No,
them.
I'm not about us. I'm on about them.
Yeah.
Is that a mass gathering for them? Are they putting themselves' health at risk?
Were they doing it in front of a live audience or a live streamed audience?
No. You're missing my point.
On stage,
the cast and the crew.
How many of them are there? Is there 5 or less? And are they keeping 2 meters apart?
What number?
I'm with you now.
I'm
with you.
I've caught up. Lovely to see Richard Bayton. We love you,
hey,
Richard.
Rich.
Well done for doing so well in the MTAS competition. Unbelievably proud to have you as a fellow legger.
Yes, we were rooting for you all the way.
And really, really incredible what you did. And put yourself out there. More balls than we've got.
Now we've talked already about shows that aren't coming back. Richard Inwood said that he's gutted, or they're gutted about Be More Chill, as by the time the theatre reopens, its run would be over and something else will take its place. Hopefully it'll come back in 2021. So many shows I'm thinking now of. Back to the Future, the musical we loved, and that's gone just as it opened.
Such a shame.
The Goddard Sisters. Opinion on Thriller Live closing its West End run after 11 years. We're already there.
Well, opinion on it. You know what? It's making way for other things. 11 years is long enough to be holding a house, don't you think?
11 years.
I think 11 years.
You think there should be a limit?
Things can grow.
Okay.
That we've crashed again. Let me go check.
Oh no, you're back. Matthew Ward. My performing arts degree is currently suspended. My work is a regional theatre, or my work in a regional theatre, so it's closed. So have no wage, and my London trip is cancelled next week, and I'm scared my mental health is going to take a hit. I think this is a huge thing. Make sure you've got your support networks out there, people. Not everybody has families that they can rely on. Not everyone has parents or siblings that they can rely on.
But you know
many
what?
people are far from home, so make
this?
sure that you are.
Matthew Ward, can you please, everybody, take a moment? What we love about these videos is that we have a community of fellow leggers.
We do.
So talk to one another, use the comment section, get in touch. Maybe you can become Facebook friends. You've got something in common because you love theatre and for some reason you watch us. And that's enough to start a conversation. In these times, we need the legger community to come together and support one another because we're social creatures and we've had that taken away from us. We're not used to being isolated like this. I mean, social media is a curse and a blessing in this sort of situation. It's a curse because so much false information, propagating a lot of fear, but also it's keeping us together when we physically can't be together.
So social media is a
I'm
help
just going
and
to
a
go and pop the oven
hindrance.
on. One sec. Keep talking.
You're popping the
I'm
oven on.
popping the oven on.
Okay.
Got to get me dinner in.
Well, I'm going to talk about Mrs. Cronel because she
Okay.
talks about something we were going to raise. Remember, we
Okay.
can still hear you while you're over there.
I know, right? This is weird.
So
It's a good job
Mrs.
I'm not going
Cronel
for a
said that
wee.
I had tickets for Uncle Vanya.
Okay.
Now, we did go and see Uncle Vanya, but
Mhm.
you'll notice, those astute fellow leggers, that we haven't put a review out, and that's because we forgot to plug the microphone in when we
had
recorded
audio
the end.
issues.
So the ending sounded as if we were underwater and just didn't meet our legger standard. So we haven't put it up. So
Back.
hopefully we'll have the opportunity to record the ending and we'll splice that together. But she's saying that she had tickets for Uncle Vanya and the Doctor. Gutted that not more of you are going to be able to see that, depending what happens.
That's
It's
possibly my
really,
biggest heartbreak because that
yeah,
was our play of the year. That was a Breaker Leggers 2019 play, best new play. Juliet won Best Actress and
yes.
will be broadcast on a BBC channel at some point in the future.
No, that's nothing new. That was always the plan, but it's great that that's going to be
It's
happening.
been sort of solidified to say that's happening. Now, it wouldn't shock me if the Doctor had been filmed as well, or potentially could be filmed. I'm just putting that out there.
Fingers crossed, fellow leggers.
How
Touch
do we
some
get on
wood.
with Robert Icke? Oh, he's fine with us. Robert, if you're there, please film the Doctor and show it to us all, because it's probably one of the best performances I've ever seen of anybody. Juliet's performance in that. I mean, she's incredible in everything.
Watch our review.
Yeah.
Ms. Cronel said that she's still recovering and she's massively grateful for everybody being responsible. We hope you're recovering well, Mrs.
Yeah.
Cronel.
Mrs. Cronel also disappointed that Iceland aren't going to win Eurovision.
Have you put money on it?
20 quid, I don't know.
I tell you, go and watch the video, fellow leggers. If you haven't seen their entry, it's a sure winner. It's the dance, some kind of this.
My dance.
It's this. I need to watch it again. Thank you, Matinee Mike. He says, "Get it down, yeah." I presume he's talking about alcohol.
Ooh.
I've polished a bottle of wine.
Yeah.
I think you probably read that
I've already
earlier.
read that.
Yeah, still, Insta is more stable. Yes, yes, yes. I love that. Harriet Blondell, what's been your all-time favorite play and musical that you have both seen? We answered a very similar question on Insta just at the weekend.
Yeah, we did. We just ran out of things to do at the weekend, so we did this question Q&A session on Instagram. So please follow us on Instagram for things like that. We will do a proper Q&A at some point. We've been 2 years now. We've been promising that.
More, I think, since we started the fellow, so probably 2 years.
We will do a proper video, like getting to know you.
Getting to know all about you. Where's that from, fellow leggers? Also, what plays?
My nan knows that, right?
Well, your nan would know that because it's of your nan's generation.
Even the boys.
Well, I don't think the boys would. Are you kidding? They'd know Dear Evan Hansen. They'd know Hamilton. It's not from either of those, but they're not going to sit down and watch that.
Okay.
Also, what plays and musicals would you love to see in the West End in the next couple of years' time? I don't care as long as it's bloody good. That's all I say.
So
as long as it's good.
Kiss the Spider Woman as a musical.
What's the one mental health one with the woman? Next to
normal.
Next to normal.
Chuffing Nora. I know. In the UK, he's holding the rights to ransom for that show. Shame on you.
Shame on you.
Shame.
Shame. It's that.
But yeah, want that.
GOT reference.
So,
okay.
Want that.
So an idea of what we could do from the Goddard Sisters, we could react to the Les Mis and Phantom films.
Do we have to sit
Do we have to torture ourselves?
Is that something we have to do? Do you know what? Let's watch Cats. I mean, in for a penny, in for a pound.
And the 25th anniversary productions compared to the London at the time playing in the West End. See, I wouldn't mind seeing the anniversary concerts because, you know, at least that's then about the sound. That's possible. Matinee Mike.
It's not a movie musical. It's a filmed stage production.
So Matinee Mike. Oh, it's an amazing movie. I have loads of signed stuff. We should all do a show and tell.
I don't know how we do that.
It's merchandise we're showing and telling. Okay.
What are you thinking?
I was just checking.
You're not having another drink.
I want another drink. You turned on the oven.
I think on Instagram,
I could get another drink.
You can like share you can collab with people. So you can like, like on a video, like a webinar, you can share your screen. So you can go, now I'm going to hand over to this person and they're going to show us what they're doing. You can do it on Instagram, so you can get people to collab with you, and then they have their video as well. So you can go.
Should we
Okay,
check that out?
maybe it's something.
Should,
You
should
know
we
what? We'll
look
never
into
get
that?
around to it because right now I'm quite enjoying just drinking.
I'm enjoying drinking and like reading these comments, which are obviously about 20 minutes in the lag
know.
behind, because
I'm
we're talking
seeing-
about watching Little Shop of Horrors, which we talked about 20 minutes ago.
Yeah.
So, but Matinee Mike is still here. Ashley Murray says, was about to say Gypsy, so I'm glad we agreed with that.
I'm seeing our bait, and thank you, Richard. Saying we must be so bored. Actually, now weirdly quite enjoying the rest. Having to face reality, getting to know you is from the King and I, so well done that. Richard saying got to play Lunthar 3 years ago.
Luntar.
Lunthar.
I studied him and played him on the tar.
Can I just point out neither of you are Chinese, so this wouldn't wash in 2020. Like even
Where is it set?
3
Sorry,
years
in
ago.
Chinese. It's not.
Siam then, wherever it's set, but neither of you are Siamese, right?
No.
So cool. I mean, look at what happened on Pluto. Do you know what?
Save it for anybody have a map. Chris Big says, you guys visit so many theatres across the country. What are your opinions on my local theatre in Milton Keynes? And do you prefer modern or older classic theatres? Funny enough, we as the Leggers have never been to the Milton Keynes Theatre. I have been there on tour.
I've been there as the Leggers. You weren't there, though.
Oh, which one did you
I saw
see?
Billy Elliot there.
Oh, I missed that.
You
You
weren't
went
there.
with somebody else. I've been there as an actor in my performing days, and it was a nice blonde theatre.
I've just noticed, sorry to jump in here, Scott Bird has popped in for 5 minutes. I miss you too, Scott. Scott, are you still here? Can you just let us know you're still here? Because I don't know when the next time that we're going to see you is, and I've got something for you.
Oh,
So
we have. We've ordered
here,
something specifically.
Then we'll get it out.
So let us know if you're still here. Okay. Do you want to go and get it?
Yeah, hold on.
Go and get it.
We
can hear you. So do you want to talk us through? It's just down here, mister.
Where is it?
Just down there
in front
of the.
Okay, cool.
So what's the story?
There's a story here. Sorry, fellow Leggers, you'll have to bear with us while we digress slightly. So, Scott Bird runs the marketing team at the Wolverhampton Grand Theatre.
Which holds a special place in Leggers Simon's heart.
I say it every time.
Says it all the time.
It's where I fell in love with theatre, and it is the most beautiful. Anyone that's been there, I know Matinee Mikey's been there, but and Ian Ward. Has Matinee Mikey been there? Probably. And Ian Ward's definitely been there. It's the most beautiful theatre. Every person that we meet in the industry that hears my accent and says, where are you from originally? And I say Wolverhampton, they go, oh my God, the Wolverhampton Grand Theatre is a jewel in the crown. And it really is. Mm-hmm. Have you toured there? I don't think you have you?
Can't remember.
No, well, anyway, was that lovely? So, what Scott is wonderful. He does an amazing job.
He's one of the best at his jobs.
I mean,
and Aylesbury Waterside. Who's it?
Ali.
Is lovely as well. There are some lovely front of house people out there, and Scott sets the standard.
Leicester Curve, the lovely people. But anyway, Scott
goes the extra mile, and it's noted.
Scott mentioned ages ago that he collects theatre programmes, as many of you do. So, Scott, we're
on a bit. Oh, here we go. Yeah.
Managed to source for you a fun home programme.
So you got a programme because you missed out.
You know, you might have already got one in the interim, but if you haven't, you now do. And weirdly enough, we managed to get this from Amy Lovett. So you guys will all know Amy Lovett, who sent a little note as well. So I saw it. I saw that she was getting rid of some stuff. She had a fun home programme. I thought, I know Scott desperately needed one. And now we've got you one.
So there you go, Scott.
Love you.
Matinee Mike says it's on Amazon, guys. I presume that's Little Shop of Horrors.
Okay, so
it's
on
Amazon
Prime. You can see Little Shop of Horrors, the original movie, theatrical version cut.
Okay.
You're welcome, Scott. Don't know when we're going to see you to give it. Okay.
It wouldn't be live, but could you guys record a collab on Zoom? I have no idea what Zoom is.
So I use Zoom for work.
Is that your kind of conferencing
Yeah.
thingamajiggy?
And you can do like you can have an interactive whiteboard. You can cut to other people.
Can you
can mute
record the
them.
whole
You can
thing?
record the whole thing.
And then we could put it out,
I mean,
like
it
having
sounds like
linked
a lot of.
people.
The problem is,
Sounds
I
like
use
work.
it for work, so this is meant to be an escape. Wouldn't be an escape, would it?
Hey Nicola W, we're here. We're here too. Jem Thompson, me and a few others, Stagey fans who I have met over social media, are going to watch Eugenius tomorrow evening and discuss it at the interval on WhatsApp.
Great.
So happy that we can still have theatre. I think it's
Yeah.
going to happen. NT Live obviously have recorded. They've
Mike.
got a whole back catalogue of stuff. So I wouldn't be surprised if they are looking at how they can introduce, I don't think it'll be for free, some kind of subscription service for people during these hard times.
Yeah. Matt and
Yeah.
Mike has said it's the original '60s movie that's on Amazon, not Little Shop of Horrors, not the musical. So we're
It's what? Sorry?
do you know it was a film in the '60s before it
No.
was a musical?
No, this is all
Okay.
news to me.
So it was a film
So not the musical,
in the '60s. Jack Nicholson was in it.
but
But in a
without
really,
music?
yeah, just as a like campy horror film.
I can't imagine
It's
it.
a bit like Reefer Madness.
It's about what?
I'm sorry. About that. It's a
I
good job
don't
that we
know.
balance each other out, right? Because what do you bring?
I'm here.
You bring
I'm
the
just
noise,
here
I'll
to
bring
be,
the
I'm just
funk.
here for something for you
It's
to talk off.
positively time to shake your junk. Shake, 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 shake. Wow! Musical guys, reference, anybody? Anybody? Okay.
Anyway, I think the streamer is coming in and out from some messages, so thank you for bearing with us, fellow leggers. I've no idea what happens to this afterwards.
Concerning that glass is there.
It's empty,
I know, but
so
it's worrying.
it's just sitting
It
there.
bothers me.
What bothers you? Like
Oh,
if it nips, it's just gonna go. Is this your OCDC kicking
Yes,
in?
really is.
Okay. So thank you for sticking with us through
Yeah.
our streaming.
Richard Baton's asking, are we still selling our mugs?
Yeah.
We absolutely are.
In
You
all
can
of the
check-
links.
You can check out any description to any one of our reviews for the past, 3 months, and there is a link to buy a BAL mug. Although, to be honest, at this time, I would say don't buy a BAL mug. If you've got the choice between a BAL mug and donating to Acting for Others, please donate for Acting for Others. Like, don't buy a BAL mug. In fact, if you do, give you a Break a Leg sticker if we ever see you.
Yes, we always carry them with us.
We do.
And those stickers are
So
priceless.
if you say you've made a donation to Acting for Others instead of buying a mug, you'll at least get a Break a Leg sticker.
The only place I can find a little shop is on Sky Store for £3.49. Brian Thompson says the New York Met Opera is putting their back catalogue online for free. So, you know, opera,
Yep.
we've never really gone for opera.
No, and
We've
the
been
New
advised
York
we
Met
should.
Opera, and also the Lambert production streamed concerts. We just don't know a lot about concerts and opera and ballet. There are downsides, our weaknesses.
Should we get into? Are you
theatre.
fellow leggers? Are you into that at all? Interested to know? Matinee
I mean,
Mike.
I'd have to be interested to know. Really, that's the point.
Well, are you interested in it already?
Oh,
is it
not in
already a
us seeing it.
forte?
Okay.
And what is your views on it? Is it something we should be interested in? Matinee Mike says that the BAL mug, is really good for wine.
Yes.
What are you thinking?
So National Theatre Live put a tweet out today, said they are looking at ways of bringing the National Theatre catalogue to some, because schools already get it, you know. So all of the NT Lives, if you're a school, are we crashed again?
No, I've got you here.
If you're a school, like an educational institution, you can stream all the NT Live stuff to your classroom.
And is it if you go into the theatre, you can watch stuff? I'm sure you told me something like that on a one-to-one basis.
The National Theatre Archives.
Oliver Ormson is saying hello, he's sending hello.
Love you,
we love you, Ollie.
Thank you so much.
Hope you're all well.
I mean, we're just, you know what, come round if you want, Ollie, because we're just knocking about doing nothing. Like,
come join us knocking
how
about.
How are you spending your evenings right now? Because there's nothing on telly.
Telly is bad.
Telly is bad.
Currently working through, I'm introducing Leg Simon to sex education. We're catching up. We're getting there.
We've just
There you
watched The
go.
Politician. Has anyone seen that? I mean, it's got Ben
Oh,
Platt in it, right?
yeah.
So, dear
What are your
Evan Hansen
thoughts on
fans
that?
out there, what are your thoughts on The Politician?
We should have a chat about this. Like,
I reckon we only give it another 5 minutes or so. So we had them for an hour.
and I need a wee.
Oh, yeah, don't go for a
I
wee
don't
with your
think I
mic
can
on.
hide it. The Politician. My view is. So thank you. My view is on The Politician. It's a really good cast. The plot was really confusing. I didn't know who I should care for. I didn't know where it was going, and I found it quite formulaic at points. Cast was great. What are your thoughts?
I mean, it had the last 2 episodes. Is it the last episode or
The
two?
last episode, the last half hour of the last episode, I enjoyed.
As soon as Judith Light and Bette Midler appeared,
Ching.
I was
Interested.
like, this is like, honestly, all my gay dreams came true. They did, and I was like, this is divatastic all of a sudden. So I'm interested to see where the second series goes.
So
Because
The
it's been
Politician,
commissioned.
has it?
Yeah.
I'm confused by that. I
Okay.
watched it and I thought, this isn't getting a second series. That's what I thought. I've been watching Star Kid musicals. Star Kid
I
musicals?
don't know
What
what
Star
this
Kid
is. Is Star
musicals?
Kid not something out of Guardians of the Galaxy?
Are you fans of Star Kid team? In my opinion, they are great. So Shane Noodles has said that, and Jane S has said I've been watching Star Kid
I'm pretty
musicals.
sure it's Noddles. I don't.
Again, I love you. Oh my God! Hi, Oliver. Yes, Oliver is or was in the room. So hey, should we wrap it up there?
I think we should.
I think we've
So,
probably had
let
as
me
much as we can
Let me
stomach,
just see what we've covered.
and what we're
Acting for
missing.
others, we've said that we're going to donate our YouTube ad revenue for the last period to them. Great.
Yeah.
Please make a donation if you can in any way. That would be great. Don't buy a mug. Make a donation.
Make a donation.
If you've got the money, buy a mug as well. I mean,
Sure.
we don't make any money off the mugs. Streaming, broadcast theatre, we've talked about that. There's options to watch theatre goodness. There's Sweet FA on TV. We've talked about that. Uncle Vanya, we have a review. At some point, we'll do the
Parts
end.
of review we need to record the end.
Movie reviews. We're going to
Little Shop of Horrors on Sunday evening.
We'll see you on Sunday at
6:30.
Sunday at 6:30 on Instagram. We'll be talking about our thoughts on the Little Shop of Horrors movie musical, and perfect show for Mother's Day. Clearly Gypsy, isn't it?
So Jades has clarified for us what Star Kid are. Star Kid are a company that do musicals, such as a Harry Potter musical,
Okay.
and The Guy Who Didn't Like Musicals, and they put them all on YouTube.
No, I have heard of The Guy Who Didn't Like Musicals. So.
Well, Mr. Baton has said that, oh my God, we need to YouTube search The Guys Who Didn't Like Musicals, a hilarious Star Kid musicals. Us boys would love it. So maybe have a watch of that as well, and we'll have a chat about Star Kid musicals. Let's do it.
Right,
Let's do it.
We've taken up enough of your time tonight. Do you know what, fellow leggers? I can't talk to you about how much it means for all your support. The fact, what's this?
Oh, just you looking very stressed. I'm trying to ease you up.
I'm just stressed at the idea that people are feeling really lonely and isolated.
It is, it's rubbish.
And we've got a community of people who have all got a shared interest, who are all bloody lovely. So thank you so much. And we'll see you on Instagram at 6:30
on Sunday, and we'll get through this.
And we'll be talking about Little Shop of Horrors, the movie musical. Rick Moranis, 1985, 6, something like that.
Somewhere in the 80s.
I'll say 5. Yes, it's 1985 because we did that quiz.
That was a chorus line, unless we thought something else.
No,
around there sometimes.
Anyway, so yeah, we'll be talking all about that.
Stay strong, people. Stay safe.
We're the Breaker Leggers.
And we'll catch you. Love you. See you later. Bye.
I don't know how to.
I don't know how we stop this. It's just.